me.
Hi
So
guys, this is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine coming to you live from my humble abode. And Nick DeLeon's on location. Nick, where are you?
I am in Tucson, Arizona at the CSI Predator US Billiards Pro Series
Wow,
event.
that's a mouthful.
Yes, they need to shorten it a little bit.
How's it going out there, Nick?
It's great. It feels good. I'm getting used to the tables, the new Predator tables, and the Predator cloth as well. So it plays a little different. Slides a lot more than your normal, diamonds when they get refelted. So it's just a lot to get used to. But
Cool,
the
cool,
setup and
cool.
everything is really good. Predator and CSI and Fargo and Jam Up is wrong way. Jam Up is part of it as well. So like, there's so much people that are getting on board with this. They announced a couple more events that's going to be happening before Vegas and after. One's in Canada, so it's really good looking out. And they're just they're growing it very, very fast, and it's going quickly. You're muted.
I am muted. Sorry, I was doing some behind the scenes stuff while you were
Oh, okay.
talking.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, it's exciting out here. You got the amateurs playing the CSI events, everything from singles 8-ball to singles 10-ball to doubles to team event. So it's going to be packed here in the next couple of days, and it's getting busy. I mean, you have out here in the pro event, you have Alex here, you have Mario and Ocean that just played against each other in their first round. I mean, it's crazy.
How
They
did that
both
end
are,
up?
they're both teammates, and the world's double 9-ball, and they had to play each other first round. So it's actually pretty crazy. So. But we got a lot of top champions out here, and it's really great to see them come out and support not just the Predator event, but to get out here to Arizona, because I know there's not much out here, but it's really good to see some of the top champions.
Absolutely. Have you seen any of the Filipinos?
Yeah, we have
I heard Alex Pagulayan is in the house as well.
yeah. So behind me is the whole setup for the Predator event. If you guys can see.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
You found you a little nook in the corner.
yeah. So they did a good job. You have Carlo right now, Beato, U.S. Open recent champion, playing Jesus Intencio, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, so they're on the stream table, so you can go and you can check it out live. No paying, no anything. You just pull it up.
Awesome. Do you have that? Hello. Do you have
that's Miller Time. Miller Time from Phoenix, Arizona. One of the top women players out here. But you have Roland Garcia. You have Roberto Gomez. And Alex got in last minute, so the Lion is here, and everybody's very excited to see all these champions. So it's been good.
Fantastic, and of course, our very own Nick DeLeon.
Yes, I'm out here competing. I don't play until 8 p.m., so I play in about 2 hours. So it's been good to watch some of the top pros. I get to relax a little bit instead of waking up really early and playing.
Right. So you're on a schedule. Everybody knows what time they're going to play.
Yeah, correct. They have it down to.
Awesome.
Yeah, they have it down to however they do their time stuff. But yeah, it's working out really good.
How did your first match go this morning?
I haven't played. My first match at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay.
No, so I got to practice a lot on.
Are you able to practice in the building at all?
Yeah. We got to practice a little bit last night up until midnight, and then they closed the doors and everything. So basically, you have to be dressed in uniform, pretty much slacks, dress shoes, jersey, or a collared shirt in order to practice in between the matches.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
So you're going in there to go to work. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Actually, it sounds a lot like the Derby City setup, except for they open the tables after the event, and you can practice until early in the morning. So it's very similar.
Awesome.
just to let you guys in on some stuff, Dennis Arculio released a press release earlier this week regarding everything that was going on. Dennis seems to be in high spirits, and his lawyers are working on trying to reduce at least what the U.S. has decided to do with Dennis. And he also had this to say. He said that he appreciates everyone for reaching out to him and standing by him. He also he says he's a law-abiding citizen and he respects the U.S. for their policies, and it wasn't deliberate of what he did. So, like I said, you can check out that full page on, I believe it's Dennis Arculio's fan page, RoboCop. So, if you guys are interested in taking a look at that. Also, I'd like to go over Music City Open. I'll be heading there on Saturday to check out the Music City Classic. That's another pool action TV event. There's Nick.
Sorry, guys, the Wi-Fi here. I'm gonna get cut off. The Wi-Fi.
We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, on both ends. Unfortunately, it's a Wi-Fi thing going on.
Yes.
But like I was saying, I'll be heading over to Nashville, Tennessee, to JOB's Billiards Club. If you guys have ever been there, it's a very interesting venue. When you walk through the doors, you'll walk through a foyer type, and that keeps a lot of the cigarette smoke from mixing in with everything when you're smoking outside. During the event, it's a non-smoking event during the event, and I'm not sure about after hours. This place is located on 900 Gallatin Pike in Madison, Tennessee, which is just slightly north of Nashville, Tennessee. There's a few hotels around the area. I recommend traveling a little further out. You'll get a better deal, and it's only about 10 minutes. So if you guys are looking for a great deal on a hotel, if you're at Music City, I would travel a little further outside the city for a better deal. Also, the ladies' event will be kicked off on Friday, and they will have a Midnight Madness, is what we call it, a Midnight Madness on Saturday. The event actually started today. They'll be having a mini tournament, and that should kick off all the festivities. All right, switching gears here, guys. The Midnight Madness event on Saturday is a $500 entry fee, and it usually has some stone cold killers in it. I remember one year that I was there, and Danny Smith was, if he wasn't in the box, he was running away with mini tournaments that year. So I look forward to see who's going to be the king of the hill at Music City. Do you have any upcoming events that you would like to discuss, Nick, while I'm looking through my note cards here?
Yeah. Emily Fraser just jumped on with Pool Player Podcast.
Right.
And Joey Ryan over here. I'm backwards. But she released her schedule, and I wasn't going to go to Derby this year. I was going to choose a couple other different events. There's just so many to choose from. But since she said that the Derby 9-ball is part of the Moscone Cup rankings or whatnot, so I am going to the 9-ball, and I will be playing in the 9-ball this year.
We look forward to having you there on that Kentucky and Indiana line.
Yeah, so
Make sure
I've never been out there.
Coat. It's cold here.
Yeah, I've never been out there at all. Everything's brand new to me, so I look forward to going overseas as well. I want to try to get into some of those as well. I was talking to Tyler Styler. I picked him up from the airport yesterday, and he was giving me the rundown on some of the stuff. And it looks like I have to hurry up and get my passport going right when I get done with this event here.
Highly recommend that. And make sure you have those boosters. Boosters. Let's not have another repeat of the Earl Strickland issue.
Yeah. So
I would like for you to come back to the United States.
Yeah, and it's coming back is the easy part. Going there is the tough part. So I have a lot to go over with my schedule, but after Derby, I'm going to the Wisconsin Predator event out there. And then right after that, I go to the Texas Open, 10,000 added 10-ball that's out there.
Awesome. You're going to be one busy man. When is the wife planning on seeing
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Emily shocked us, with their schedule and everything, and I'm looking forward to it. Just that U.S. just has to actually get out and compete in those events and get it going. So
Well, I'm excited to see you in at Derby City. You'll have a blast. I have a couple of friends that will be there, and of course, the cast and crew of the Texas Open will be there. You'll see just about everybody on the planet. It's nonstop action. Um, it's a different environment. It's literally for me. It's like going to Dave and Buster's for pool.
sorry, I was trying to find out who won because I know Carlo and Intencio are playing right now. I don't know who won. So
Who's that behind you? Ask.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
hey, come here.
Hey, Carlo
Like
won
I was saying,
first two sets.
over.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
found
Carlo,
somebody.
yeah, Carlo Beato beat Intencio the first two sets, races of 4. So no shootout.
Wow. This format's completely different to me. It's almost foreign. I'm not used
It
to seeing
is.
this.
It
That's
is
what's going
crazy.
on.
It is something new. It's something different.
Is it
The 10 ball
challenging? More
telethon.
challenging for you?
Yeah, it is because you're not being able to rack for yourself. So the refs rack. The 10 ball counts on the break, and it's winter break as well. Race to 4.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Chris had posted earlier today, Chris Reinhold, and said he won his first match, so he was excited. This sudden death thing, can you explain that to me a little bit, Nick?
What, the sudden death?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're playing and I win the first set and you win the second set, we have a little box that we should do a shootout, and it's from where the 10 ball racks in the 10 ball rack. So it's about 3 inches back from the normal spot on the table.
Okay.
And you have to be behind the head stream, and you can shoot from the first diamond over and from the rail. And it's a best of 4. If you tie 3-3, if you tie 2-2, if you tie 4-4, then you go in a sudden death and you move back a diamond, staying in the same little box area. And now you get, each person gets a turn. You shoot, if I make it, and then you shoot and you miss, it's over. If you make it, we continue. We go to the other side of the table and we do the same thing. If I miss and then you make it, then you win. Or if you miss, then we go to the other side to find out who wins.
All right. Well, let's pull some of these chatters in. That way they can talk to you a little bit about where you're
Yeah,
at.
you can go to my page and follow me. It's Nick DeLeon, NikonKid, and I've been, whatever shootout's been happening, I've been kind of going live, other than if it's on the stream, just respect of their stream and everything, not trying to take viewers away from that. So anything outside of the 5 tables, I try to jump on and go live with the shootout.
Okay. You guys can check that link out on my page. Nick will make sure he tags me to that. You can check it out on my page, or you can check it out on Nick's page. Mine is Tracy Lerma Inside Pool Diva, or my group page, which is Inside America's Pool Rooms. And Nick's has 2 pages, his normal page and his fan page. So you guys can check those out for those links.
Hey, my wife made it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just check out all our pages. I have another page that's coming up. I just teamed up with Digital Pool. If you guys don't know who that is, Isaac, he's a great guy. He's doing a lot of big things with pool. So go to the Facebook page, look up Digital Pool. They are doing so much awesome stuff with online brackets and everything. So I am happy to be part of their team and see what we can all put together and do, and get more stuff rolling out, because this year 2022 is just getting bigger. So
Boone's 32. Yes, Alvin is still streaming. You will see Alvin at Derby City in the next couple of weeks. He'll be following this diva around, having hopefully getting a few interviews here and there, and watching Nick try to bring one of those giant checks home. Thank you for your question. Europe, number 1, what's your take on pattern racking and gapping balls? Do you consider that cheating or fair game, Nick?
I think that's why a lot of them are getting away from letting the refs rack, is because not that it's, I don't know, you can look at it both ways. You can look at it as cheating, you can look at it as not cheating. It's like everybody's doing it, everybody knows how to do it. If you get to that level, you already know what you're doing with the rack. It's just figuring out what you want to do. But with the refs racking, I think it's more of a tougher game now, because now you can't control what you're making on the break every time. Not saying that the refs can't rack. I'm just saying that not all the time you're going to get that perfect rack that you're used to with another person racking for both of you guys. You might get 3 mug racks, and then your other opponent gets 3 perfect racks, and he makes the wing ball, and he's getting out, and then you just lose the set from there. But it is what it is, and they're changing stuff, so it's tough. Like, the balls are not reacting to break from the middle over here, so a lot of people are breaking from the sides.
Are you feeling confident with your break right now on the tables?
I was
You
feeling
got the
really,
opportunity to break
yeah,
on the table.
yeah. I was feeling really, really good before I got here. Breaking from the middle with my 10-ball break, I feel like I have one of the best breaks here in Arizona. And now how the balls are sliding and they're not reacting like they're supposed to right away, because the table's not worn in this really slidey, slick cloth. So I feel that everybody's breaking from the corners just to make that one ball. So it's just going to be a different game, a different way to do things. You just have to. Everybody's both playing on the same equipment, so you just have to work with it.
So, what brand of table are you guys playing this tournament on?
We're playing on the Predator tables, the new Predator tables.
Awesome.
One-piece slates now. They extended the slate a little bit, so there is a little shelf. Unlike last year, there wasn't a shelf at all in the pocket. So once you hit that inside of that pocket, the ball just fell in. They tightened the pockets a little bit to 4 1/4. But if they're actually playing really tight for being new felt, because if you catch any part of that point on that pocket, the ball doesn't go in. So it's really good. They're improving every year. They're doing big things. Predators just doing big things for pool, and we just have to appreciate everybody that tunes in and everybody that jumps on board with any event, whether it's Emily Fraser with the Match Room, or it's Predator, or it's CSI, whatever it is, or in the local pool rooms. You just have to support as much as you
It's
possibly
all
can.
about supporting each other. Once we can get a
Yeah,
united front, then we can start asking for more things. We're too busy fighting. We need to learn to share. There's enough of us in the United States and all over the world we can share.
yeah,
At least I hope so. That's my game plan anyway.
yeah.
All
No, I mean,
right.
you all work together. I mean, there is some there's some overlap events. Like, for instance, Griff's came out with the U.S. Open, that's coming up in April or whatnot. But Emily came out with her schedule, and World Pool 9-ball overlaps with that. It's just that I think that it has to just be better communication, or it is what it is, and you just have to pick and choose where you go.
Well, like I said, there's enough events to scatter it out throughout the United States. We just need to start grouping
Yeah,
together, and
yeah, and when
hopefully
you,
we can all come to one major agreement where we can split the United States possibly in an east and a west, and then meet in the middle with one giant tournament. That would be spectacular.
yeah, yeah, and then when you look at this, I just sent you her schedule. I don't know if you can
Okay.
post it or whatnot or bring it in, but if you look at it, she's trying to work with the United States to bring more 9-ball events to help the U.S. not have to travel as much overseas to play in the events. And I just feel that a lot of U.S. and pool wise needs to jump on board and team up as much as they can. We have 12 months out of the year. I'm pretty sure we can fit in 1 week, 2 weeks out of the year and add 2 more events. It's just who's going to do it, who's going to run it, all that good stuff has to be coming into factor, because you have to match whatever match room is doing. So if they're doing 9 on the spot, then it's 9 on the spot. If it's the one
Right.
ball, then it's the one ball. Or it's the 3-point rule, it's no 3-point rule. Whatever it is, you have to match that in order to be qualified to be on her her match room events.
Cool. Well, thank you for that information. That information can also be found on Nick DeLeon's fan page, and I will make sure that's posted in my group page inside America's Pool Rooms. I'm going to spin back over to Music City Open. Guys, if you are not there right now, you will have an opportunity. The tournament begins tomorrow. It's a double elimination tournament. This is the Music City Classic in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a Pool Action TV event. That's where it will be streamed. The tournament begins tomorrow. You guys need to get signed up probably before, possibly 3 if you can. The tournament, it will begin with a double elimination race to 11. The winner breaks on 7-foot diamond tables. It pays 25% of the field. Like I said, this is the open event. The ladies event will begin on Friday at 5 o'clock with a mini Midnight Madness tournament that begins at 10 o'clock on Saturday with a $500 entry fee. And this is the Music City Open at JLB Billiards.
Yeah, we're still online. Billiard time.
All right, guys, I'm going to switch gears with you guys here in a few minutes. I have a special guest coming on. This is the Cajun Coast Classic. Yeah. We have that coming up right after Derby City. And these guys are putting on a fantastic event. I love going to Louisiana. It's one of my favorite places to go. And the proprietor of the pool room will be discussing his event with you guys. So let's talk a little bit about Josh Roberts, Nick. Iron City Open. Josh takes top field in 3 events. That's the 1 ball, 1 pocket event. He swept that one. He also got the 1 pocket event, and he got second in the 9-ball open. That guy's on fire.
No, he actually did really well. I expected him and Tony to do really well, especially with Dennis not being there. Instead of everybody
absolutely, they took full advantage.
After everybody fighting for second, I feel that with Dennis not being there, it was like anybody's game and everything. So, okay.
Are you being sponsored by Aquafina? We're having a little bit of technical difficulties, guys. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Omar Alsheen. This guy came in second in the 1 pocket event at the Iron City Open. Let me tell you guys, Omar can play some 1 pocket. He's starting to show out just a little bit. So you guys keep your eyes peeled. He's been practicing. Roland Garcia ends up in 3rd. That's in the 1 pocket event. And let's see. All right, guys and gals. We also had Tony Chohan took the 9-ball event at the Iron City Open with Josh Roberts coming in 2nd and Skylar Woodward coming in 3rd. Okay, so we got
my guys, I'm back.
He keeps leaving me. We've got one more question, and then we were going to bring Jason on. If everyone is pattern racking and gapping balls, it must be legal. What if everyone started robbing banks? Is it legal? This is coming from Europe #1. What do you think, Nick?
I don't know. I'm doing this for your own. I mean, a lot of people know the moves. A lot of people know the gaps. It's not. I mean, breaking for so long, 10-ball, that I didn't even know anything about it until you recently. And I just feel that, I mean, all I'm trying to do is get a good rack. I'm going to break whatever the balls do if they react right. Or use the magic rack, you don't worry about it. Use the magic rack, I don't have to worry about somebody gapping them.
Right.
But if you, well, of course, there's other moves for players to do. And I mean,
I remember the year that the Corey dual break was considered a no-no. I'm showing my age.
Yeah, Corey's going to do Corey. Doesn't matter. He'll figure out something. He'll figure out something different.
It's a mechanics thing. And, I mean, that's the reason why they have referees doing the racking now. that just eliminates the whole argument. You can't complain about it if you have a
Correct.
referee racking. So
Correct.
instead
But if you have a referee racking, they need to learn how to rack the balls, regardless. Because if you watch Fedor, there's a video on YouTube, I believe, or on his page that I think he was at the U.S. Open, and he beat somebody like 9-1 or whatever it was, but he never made the weak ball. And with that being said, is that they're racking with the magic rack. So after the match, Fedor brought the ref over and it's like, hey, this is how you rack with the magic rack. And watch, he barely hits it. Wing ball goes. He does it again. Wing ball goes. It's just, if you're going to have professional people being referees and racking, then you need to make sure they are able to rack with the magic rack and without the magic rack.
Knowledge of racking the balls. I think that was my first introduction to pool, was get down there and rack the balls.
Yeah.
All right. Our special guest, we have the Cajun Coast very own event proprietor, Mr. Jason Romero. And I'm going to roll the footage from Nick's event and let you guys see that CSI event right quick, and then we'll roll right into Jason. So give me 1 second, and I'll roll that footage that Nick took for us. This is the Arizona Open, guys.
Let's go. Start of the event. Coming in. These two have to play each other. Move. It's all set up. Here's the Predator event.
That's a nice little area, Nick. Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
I'm going to go ahead and bring Jason on, and let's talk about the Cajun Coast Classic, shall we?
God. Can we get somebody out of the room?
Hey, Jason, how are you?
Hey, Jason, how are you? Nice to meet you, sir.
It's a pleasure, Nick. It's a pleasure. I'm sorry my lighting's kind of messed up. Unfortunately, I'm still a league player, so I'm outside a competitions bar waiting on 8 o'clock to go in and shoot league. So thank you guys for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. So how can I assist you guys with some questions?
So basically, we want to know what's going on down there in Louisiana, and tell us a little bit about your pool room, Jason.
All right, so I'm not a smoker. I don't like smoky bars, so I decided I wanted a place to be able to go and have a good time without having smoke. Louisiana still allows the smoking in a lot of the venues. So I decided I was going to go against the grain and have a non-smoking facility. Everyone said that it would never work. It would never work. I said, well, if it doesn't work, I have a great game room. And it did work. So I brought in 7 Valley tables at that time. But people wanted like a nightclub. So my place is set up pretty cool because one side has 6 diamond 7-footers and it has 1 9-footer. And then the other side is a nightclub with a stage and music and a horseshoe bar. It's the best of both worlds for sure. You know, it keeps my during the week with league play and just everyday pool players, and in the weekend has nightclub and live music and such. And so, your wife and friends can be, dancing, to the DJ while you and your buddies are playing pool right on the other side. And you don't even have to deal with each other.
That's awesome. So it's completely separate. That'll be interesting to take a look at while I'm down there at your event.
Yeah, it's really unique.
Hotels, what kind of hotels do you have nearby so that the viewers, if they decide that they want to make next year's event, unless you're full, is the event full?
No, the event's not full yet. It's not full yet, though. It's weird because, like, we always fill up like the couple days before. I think right now we have like 40 names, though we try to keep it to 64 because we're doing it with either 7 or 8 bar box tables. I bring in 2 additional that I put on my dance floor and turn my dance floor into an arena. And then we put seating around it, so it turns out really nice. This year we have Sully Vision's going to be streaming it for us. Last year they kind of took the bull by the horns and did a great job, so I couldn't kick them out. I mean, they did such a good job. I had to have them back again this year.
Okay. And places to stay. What's near your venue?
So we have of course Best Western, Holiday Inn, Clarion, and we have Hampton. Hampton's been given the best rates at around 100, 109. Some of the other hotels have got kind of crazy because we still have storm victims that lost their homes from the Houma and New Orleans area that's in our town. So unfortunately, due to the fact that, I mean, it's kind of like supply and demand, some of these cheaper hotels that are usually the $79 are now $150 because they only have a couple rooms available. And then the hotel that's usually $179 is $109 because the people don't want to pay $179 for long term. It's so weird. But
absolutely.
So
well, it
Hampton's
happens.
the way to go right now.
So Jason, so I got a question. Any hotels that you team up with when you have your big events? So like, for instance, like Sty and Predator did here, like instead of paying $150 to $200 a night, we're paying $99 a night. Do you have anything like that going on?
Yes. So if you go to Cajun Coast, I think it's CajunCoastTourism.com. But if you Google Cajun Coast Tourism, there's a link on it for hotels, and that gives like the tourist rate for anyone coming into town. So it's not like a certain rate just for me, but we tag up with the Cajun Coast. That's why we call it the Cajun Coast Classic. They put some money into our tournament, and we kind of get their rate. And I just want to let you guys know something, okay? This tournament is not by any way for me to make money, all right? I lose approximately $10,000 having this event. I do it because I'm an idiot, okay? And I love pool. That's the only reason, all right? Because
we appreciate your donation, Jason. We really do.
So on my nightclub night, I mean, I can make $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 a night, and I don't have to put up with anything except girls dancing on the dance floor and people taking shots. I bring a pool tournament in. I'm not making that per day. I'm having to give $10,000, and I have to handle pool players. So, you know, it's me giving back to the pool community. You know, but it's not just me. I will say we do have, you know, some of our sponsors on it, which I wish I would have sent you a picture of my flyer. You could have posted it up there on there. But the Cajun Coast, which is our tourism, they put up a decent amount of money. And then we have a couple small sponsors that put in 100 here, 100 there.
Every little bit helps.
Oh, yes. And then I pick up the rest of the tab at the end.
Well, it's appreciated. These guys like to have something to do on their way back, you know, home, because you guys are kind of on that tail end going back towards Houston. So it's very much appreciated. Do you guys have a bar menu, like food in your area, or do we need to travel to eat outside of the tournament?
No, we serve food in-house. We have hamburgers, nachos. I mean, a couple different Cajun foods like, you know, boudin balls and things like that. Wings, pizza. So we have our normal bar foods, but our town is really small. So you can get from one side to the other side in 5 minutes.
Sounds like West Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah, well, West Monroe is bigger than Morgan City. Yeah, it's bigger. Like, we look up to them. And there's quite a few Cajun restaurants. You know, Justin Hall is going to be coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for us to warm up before he flies out to Derby on Thursday. Awesome. And he has his favorite place that, in fact, earlier he called me, and the name of the place is Rita Mae's. He says, Rita Mae's better have my dish, because, I mean, like that's the only reason. Like, he doesn't care about his backer. Like, I'm nothing. I'm chopped liver. As long as he can get yeah.
Fill his tummy.
Yeah, that's it. And he's not missing a meal lately. I mean, Justin's telling me I'm missing
Poor
a meal.
Justin.
Sorry,
Oh my
Justin.
gosh. You gotta love Mr. Hall. I've got to nail that little sucker down. He owes me an interview.
You gotta
Yeah,
get
that's awesome.
you'll definitely-
I'll be heading out to Derby just for the 9-ball though.
So you'll get to
Okay,
meet
so-
Nick at the Derby, Jason.
Yeah, so Justin's gonna be there from the 20th to the 30th. I'm gonna come in from the 22nd to the 27th. So I'll get on the last part of it.
Okay,
Nick.
I
So-
come in on the 25th. I'm just playing the
Okay.
9-ball, so
So you'll be
Awesome.
leaving out when I'm coming in. I won't arrive until the 27th. I'm just coming for the 9-ball event.
Yeah, I'm donating some money to One Pocket just so that I get a pass.
I thought the pass was in banks. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'll
In
lose
the
them both
bar,
of them.
it's a full bar, like
Yeah, we have full bar,
beers,
liquor.
liquor, all of that stuff. Frozen drinks. I know every time I go to Louisiana, you guys make these amazing frozen drinks.
So we had daiquiri machines, and we had a few different specialty mixes, but we've recently got rid of them because it was just too much room, and I mean, space is a big deal, you know.
Right.
I mean, and so that was kind of like there was really no money to be made off of it, you know. I mean,
Well, they
people would
usually
get-
break every other day anyway.
yeah, and that's I wasn't gonna go negative, but yes.
The
that
one
is
I
a,
had to use at my bar, every other day it was broken. I was like, I hate this machine. I'm constantly cleaning it and it
And then-
never works.
they're not cheap, you know. I mean, it's
No.
like a $6,000 machine that's
Right.
$500 every time you work on it. So, yeah.
While
But,
I'm out
back to
there,
I'm sorry.
what is the city famous for, Jason?
Well, we're known for oil and gas, and also the seafood of shrimp. We have a
So
big
you
festival
guys
each
got
year.
some bad mama jamma going on with the gumbo then.
Yeah. Gumbos,
Mama's all about
yes,
eating, Jason.
yes. Well, Justin's favorite meal is an etouffee. So that's his
So
his
if I
go-to
want to
meal.
go, okay. So basically, what you're telling me, ask Hall. If I'm hungry, ask Hall what to eat.
He's gonna bring you to one place. I can guarantee you. The name of it's Rita Mays, and it's literally this house that this old black lady. Her name's Rita May. Okay, and she still cooks, and her family works for her. So whenever you go in a house, and you literally sit
I'm
in a
going
old
to
living
Mama's
room.
house then. I'm eating.
Yeah,
good.
Rita
Yeah.
Mays. We'll
All
definitely
right.
bring you there. We can.
So
we
if
can,
if,
we
I,
can do
if
it.
Justin's standing there, she already knows what he wants. Then
Whenever he comes in, they go there.
well,
He
Well-
would get them like he would literally. I'm telling you, it's almost like a sickening. He would eat, and then he would get one to go. And
well,
and
we
he would
gotta
put it
have
in
a
his-
carry out. Come on.
Yeah, and he would put it in the hotel in his little ice box, okay? And then he would heat it up the next 2 days. And I'm like,
I'm asking
What are
him
you
when I get to
doing?
Derby.
I'm telling you, you ask him, say you're going to Louisiana, what to eat. And he probably won't tell you that because he's scared that you're gonna get the last dish. Like, it's a sickness. It's crazy.
well, Jason,
It's crazy.
what's your big event coming up, and when is it?
Okay, so it starts the Wednesday after Derby. All right, so I think it's the second.
It's the
I believe
2nd
that's
through the
right.
7th, I think.
Okay, so what happens is, the first event's kind of weird. Okay, we made this up last year. I say made it up. I'm sure someone did it, but it was an idea I had. So we're playing banks by the rail on a bar box. Race to 9 rails. First one to 3.
Okay,
So once you get your 9 rails, you re-rack.
that's one
Okay.
point. Gotcha.
That's 1 point, and you need 3 points. Okay. If you need more rails and you're banking out and you're out of balls, well then whoever made the last one actually breaks the next one.
Okay.
Okay. You just, I mean, you're not spotting balls, you put non-balls back up
Yep.
and you rack again. So we'll actually have that event, which will be the and I don't have it, I think that's the Wednesday and Thursday. And then the Friday, we're gonna have the Calcutta for the non-ball. And right after the Calcutta, we're gonna get into action,
Awesome.
and get it rolling. In the past, again, I'm only working with limited tables for 64 players, but
Okay.
it's always ran smooth, and we've always gotten finished Sunday at a decent time.
What tables?
We play on bar boxes.
Okay.
It's diamond bar boxes.
Oh, awesome.
But I do have a 9-foot for action, which stays full, and
All
then
fun.
yeah, and I not supposed to, but we've never had any problems yet where we actually we don't shut down.
Okay.
Got-
So
nice.
kind of like Buffs. You're going to stay open as long as there's action.
That's like a normal
Yeah, but-
pool.
No, it's legal for Buff. It's not
Yeah.
legal for me.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay,
it's
we
not
cannot
legal for me.
confirm nor deny
Why?
that the
Yes,
venue will
yeah.
be open past 2, or is it 3 in New Orleans?
2.
And
It's
is it
2 o'clock,
two?
but we are allowed to lock the door.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so
Just like
as long
any
as
other
there's
pool
no
room.
alcohol on the table,
Yeah.
etc.
right. So last year we started the tournament we started the Calcutta on Saturday at 11 o'clock, and we finished the tournament Sunday at like 9 p.m.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's
And
good.
we ended at 2 a.m. on Saturday. Okay. So this year, my plans is to start it, get at least 1 round, maybe 2 rounds Saturday night. Friday night. That way, Saturday, depending on how it is, we can end kind of early, and we can have action and just, everyone, it's not just this, high stress, gotta go.
Right.
We can kind of
Just a
spread
little
it out
relaxed.
and have some just, yeah.
Kind
I
of
don't
like the
remember
Scotty
the-
Townsend tournament. It's kind of it's Louisiana. It's fun,
just
but it's
flows.
laid
Yeah,
back. It just kind of
just
flows.
flow. Yeah.
Right.
Now, I will tell you guys something, okay? I have no, I don't know what's the right way to say it. I don't sound like a but no room for ignorance with people taking their time and not being there for a match. All right. So whenever we
You
first
need to be
started,
on time. Report
I
for
make
your
an announcement. I'm
matches.
like, look, know where you're at. Okay, now Sully Vision used the program last year. I believe it's Digipool. I'm not exactly
Yeah,
sure.
digital pool. Yeah.
Is that the one that texts you?
Yeah,
It
that's
sends
what
you
the
a
one. Yeah, digital pool
Yeah,
is
it's
the new
awesome.
it's what I just got joined with, and he does really
it's-
good work.
It's unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it is great. So that's gonna send you a text message saying, "Hey, you next." So like, you next. I mean, it's not New Orleans. It's Morgan City. 5 minutes
Yeah.
from one side to the other. So even if you're at your hotel, you can be back within 10 minutes. So once we call it, you got 10 minutes to play. If not, I'm sorry. I don't care if you Shane Van Boney. You forfeited.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's the Cajun Coast Classic. $10,000 added, guys. That will be February the 2nd through the 6th.
Hell yeah.
It will be based
hey,
by the
one
rail
other thing. We
tournament
got-
February the 2nd and the 3rd. And then the 9-ball open will begin February the 4th through the 6th. If you guys haven't signed up, you might want to do so. Contact, let's see, who do we have here on that? Who are we contacting, Jason?
Sully Vision.
Contact Sully Vision to get signed up.
Yep. I have one more thing for our tournament. So we have another prize where if you knock out a top 5 player in the Calcutta, if you beat them, you get $200.
Kind of like a
So you
shark
don't
hunt.
have to. So you don't have to put them out the tournament. Just put them in the losers bracket. Or if you put them in the losers bracket and then Nick plays and Nick puts them out of the tournament, you got 200 and you got 200. That guy just gave up $400. And we have $1,000 for that side pot for that. So
Awesome.
it kind of it just makes it where it's something else. I mean, all you have to do is win that one game and you got your money back plus.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, we appreciate it, Jason. Thank you so much for joining us. Nick, do you have any
No
questions
problem.
for Jason before we let him run off? Can you hear him, Jason?
I can't
I'm
hear
sorry.
him. I think
I'm sorry.
Oh, he muted himself.
I
Here we
actually
go.
got muted. No, I was just saying it was nice meeting you, and I'll meet you in Derby in person. So
let's
we appreciate
try to
everything you
find
do.
someone, put some action together, man. I'm
Yeah,
an action junkie.
I heard, and I'm the same way. I'm like getting out this year. It's nonstop. I have a beautiful and amazing wife that's supporting me and doing what I want to do, and I have big things coming. So
Awesome. Well, I have a barn that's full of horses, so and they ready to run.
Well, I look forward to interviewing some of those ponies that you have, sir.
yeah.
Even got a dinosaur you may be interested in.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. You have a good night, and I'll see you at Derby City in a couple of weeks.
All right, you guys. Good night.
All right, have a
See
good
ya.
one. Thank you, bud.
All right, Nick. Well, that was Jason Romero with the Cajun Coast Classic. Sounds like it's going to be a blast. I can't wait. I love me some New Orleans and some Louisiana. I mean, come on. If I'm going to get some Cajun food, you got to go to New Orleans. Nick's giving us a sneak peek on what's going on behind him.
I don't know exactly. People are in my way. But everybody's gathering around. The lion is here, so.
Well, I'm going to let you get back to what you're doing and let you run through your sponsors right quick.
Well, I appreciate everything that Inside Pool Magazine does for us. So they're always my first shout out because we wouldn't be on here what we do if it wasn't for them. So I appreciate you guys, and I just hope it keeps on going, and we keep on growing it. And pool's looking big this year, so from people joining, people committing, people opening up, everything from Predator to match room to private rooms, grifts, CSI. It's crazy how big it's getting. And if everybody kind of in the U.S. jump on board and get more sponsorships and everything, then we can add more events than what we already have going this year. So whatever we can do with Inside Pool Magazine, if you guys have any flyers, pool rooms that are interested, reach out to the link below, the email Autumn, and she will take care of that. She will reach out to him, she will talk to him, and we will get him on the show or the flyer on here. So another one, Q-Tech, my main family right there. Go everywhere, go online. My bag for you guys. If you guys see me, go, hey, can I try the Propel? Can I try the Brake Q? My bag is your open tryout. So before you want to go and pay $600 or $400 or $300 for whatever you want to get, I'm your tryout buddy. So just reach out to me. I'm very easy to talk to. So don't think I'm like, oh God, this guy, I don't know if I talk to him. Just come say hi. I'm easygoing and we can get it done.
And if you have a bag of high chews in your hand as you walk towards it, it doesn't get skittish. It'll actually come to you.
Yeah, I have my high chews with me at all times.
If you don't believe me, check his bag, guys.
Yeah. One pocket with Travis, Melina, Adam, and Joey Ryan. If you guys love One Pocket, you guys love apparel, teamed up with Roy's Basement. They have a lot going on. They have a lot of stuff. Go to their site. All new stuff is coming. I can't wait for what they're doing this year. So always go to their page or go to the website and follow them. Best Pool Player Podcast. Joey Ryan, he's doing new and more interviews this year. He said that he wants to bring it back and he wants to do it because a lot of audience would like to see what the pros and what makes them tick and what makes them, be away from their families and all that good stuff. So we look forward to that. So keep an eye out for that Pool Player Podcast. Plus, he had interviews with Alex, Buddy Morris, with Roberto Gomez. The list goes on. So follow, do that. If you guys don't know Melina Mike, windows open. Find him. The guy knows everything and anything before anybody else about the pool industry. So he shares everything. He knows everything. If you guys love pool, you guys are wanting to be more involved in pool, he's the man to follow. Rick Smith. He's out here in Tucson taking pictures. If you want pictures of you while you're playing, just tell him what number, what table number, what time. He'll come and do your pictures. He's great at it. I have 2 new sponsors that I'm announcing tonight. Digital Pool. I just teamed up with them. Isaac and them are doing great things with it. Everybody's going to be jumping on board. Please, guys, go like their page. Follow him on Instagram, everything. He has big things coming, and I am so happy to be part of the company and the family and look forward to working with them and going forward with the with pool with him. Also, town billiards, their break tips, their jump tips, their chalk. It's absolutely amazing. Just joined them recently. Um, Go to their page, man. I'm telling you, it's worth the money. It's top notch. That's why I'm going with them. They have great products and they're coming out with more stuff. So please go to their site. We'll have flyers here a little bit to kind of like post up and everything on our feed for all our sponsors. But it's keeps. I have my realtor, Mike Gwynn, the Realty One Group. If you know anything or need to know anything about houses, he is your man to go to. He will take your call, answer any questions you have. If you want him to sell your house, if you don't, whatever it is, the man is knowledgeable about the whole industry. So look out for him. Look him up. Reach out to him. He's the most easiest guy to get along with.
Thank you, Nick. That was awesome. Don't forget, guys, Windows Open with Molina Mike. He's the guy. You need any information, you need to make sure you like Windows Open. Enterprise Car Rentals is what this girl uses when she needs to get to a venue. She'll be driving one of those rental cars when she heads over to Derby City Classic. We're giving back. Inside Pool Magazine has gotten in collaboration with Enterprise Car Rentals to make sure you guys are getting a discount. So if you need a car when you're flying in from any place throughout the continental United States, check out Enterprise Car Rentals and our main page, www.insidepoolmag.com. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a little box that says Enterprise. If you click on that, it'll give you the code for your discount for your car rental. Every time you guys click on that link and you get a car, then that lets us know that we're actually doing our job by giving back to the community. We appreciate all of you pool players. Also, diamond tables. That's what the big ultimate table's going to be at Derby City Classic. So if you guys are wanting to see an ocean of diamonds, girls like to swim through the diamonds, check out Derby City Classic. Nick and I will both be there.
Yes, we will. So we will wait and we will go live together.
Yeah, and actually we'll have our own streaming guy following us around while we do some interviews with some apparel people, some case builders, you name it. We're going to try to grab you guys and pull you in because it's all about giving back to the community.
Yes, it is.
Poolaholic.com is what girl wears. She's got her Poolaholic gear on. She also has her hustling gear on because she's constantly wearing Poolaholic gear or hustling gear or whatever gear that's being sent to her. But check out Poolaholic.com for all your pool needs. Steve Ditmar's the way to go. He's a fantastic guy. Loves to give back to the community. You'll see him at some of these events on the West Coast. He's based out of California. All right, Marriott and Hilton brand hotels is where a girl loves to lay her head. These people go above and beyond the call of duty. And let me tell you, the customer service is outstanding. All right, guys, that seems to be the end of our podcast this evening. We will be coming to you a little later on. Tracy will be trying to go live from Music City. Depends on the bandwidth and how much Pool Action TV needs, because sometimes it's just difficult. Nick's been having a little bit of a hard time trying to stay connected as well. So when you're in these big casinos or in any of these events and you've got a lot of streaming equipment going on, it's hard for us little broadcasters to go live, and I'm going to do the best that I can. Awesome. Nick, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And you keep in touch this week, and I will send you a holla a little later. So,
yeah, yes, indeed. And thank you guys for all tuning in. And like I said, subscribe. That's what we want you guys to do, so you guys can stay informed with everything that's coming up, all the updated events to whatever is going on in the pool industry. So we'll have it covered here.
Thank you so much, Morris. We look forward to seeing you coming back soon. Remember, guys, you have to be in the chat, active in the chat. At the end of the month, we will be giving away a prize. We haven't decided what we're giving away yet, but somebody that's the most active in the chat will win something from me and the NikonKid.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Anywhere between 7 and 8. It depends on what's going on in our busy schedule.
Yes.
But we'll try to keep you guys informed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nick.
All right, no problem. You guys have a
Enjoy.
good one.
Bye.
Bye.